Hi, I'm Daniel. This is our house, and with me I've got Mike from Mike Shepherd from Solar Plants. I invited him round. How long ago is it now? Week
or so ago.
Week or so ago to discuss installing a Tesla Powerwall 2. But Mike came along. We chatted about some other battery options and decided not to go for the Powerwall 2 after quite a bit of advice and chatting through with somebody who actually knows what they're on about, rather than just reading all the hype about Tesla. And we decided to do a few other things as well. So we're going for a Sonnen battery, which is 7.5 kilowatt, and they're scalable, so you can add bits to them and make it bigger. Not that you'd want to make it smaller, I doubt. But Mike, if you can just quickly explain the upgrade on the panels that I had no idea about.
Yeah, sure, Dan. Basically, there are 3 different kinds of solar systems available on the UK market today. The most common is a string system where everyone's panels are all joined together. This is very similar to your Christmas tree lights. The downside to this is that, of course, if one Christmas tree flickers and one Christmas bulb flickers, then they all flicker. Well, your solar system is exactly the same, works in exactly the same theory. If one panel is shaded, or if it's not working correctly, it has a detrimental effect across the whole range. What we at Solar Plants specialise in is optimising systems and installing new optimised systems. So we looked at Dan's system and we calculated over the term that he was well below par from where he could be.
Yeah, and I actually thought we were doing really well.
Yeah.
After a cracking summer of lots and lots of sunshine, I'd worked all my figures out for my battery and said, we've got 3.6 kilowatt, 3,600 kilowatt hours this year, and you went, well, that's pretty bad. And I was like, I thought that was brilliant, but apparently not.
Well, I mean, this is true, and Dan, this is true. A lot of people think their system's going okay because it delivered the same as it did last year, and it did the same as it did the last year at all. But of course, without having a system where you can see what each individual panel is doing on your laptop or your computer, what you can't do is you can't measure if that panel is working to its optimum.
Yeah, individual panel.
Panel. Yeah. So what we do is we change the inverter, we change several parts to the system, we upgrade the system, we put a new inverter in that's intelligent. It talks to your computer, your smartphone, your Mac, your desktop, not just at home, you can be actually anywhere in the country. And what this will allow you to do is this will allow you to interrogate intelligently your system to see what it is doing. Because if you've got a system that you've got for 25 years, I'm sure you'd want to make sure that it was working okay.
Well, yeah, if you're only getting 15 miles to the gallon out of your car and it's meant to be doing 25, you'd take it to the garage and get it looked at, wouldn't you?
But if it did 15 miles to the gallon right from day one and you kind of got used to it, you'd kind of say, no, my car's fine, there's nothing wrong with my car.
Absolutely.
Until someone comes along and says, do you know what, you could do an awful lot better for you. And that's precisely what we've done here. Whilst we looked at the production, we also looked at consumption for Dan and Rachel. And what we decided and looked at is that there is going to be plenty of time for a battery to take on the surplus power to really free up their evening usage to allow them to draw power down directly from the battery rather than the grid. So then Dan was looking at Teslas and looking at how good they are, and they do a really good job on marketing and they are a good product, let's not take it away. But there were several features on the Tesla that aren't available in the UK now that Dan wanted, and Dan wanted a system that is modular, because to buy an extra large overcoat right now isn't necessary. It might be in the future when we go 1, maybe 2 electric cars. The nice thing about the Sonnen battery is it's modular. So we can actually grow this battery with their needs. Instead of making a huge capital outlay now, we can actually manage that throughout the years. So what they're basically doing is they are future-proofing themselves with an intelligent solar system, and future-proofing themselves with a very intelligent battery system that can grow with their needs. And that, Dan, is about it.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I remember you saying was your system is underperforming. Which panel is it? And I don't know that. You don't know that.
No.
Nobody knows that until we've got these little, what we call them?
Power optimizers.
Power optimizers on the bottom of each panel. And as soon as that's installed, we'll be able to look at our app or a computer printout and it will say, oh, panel number 1 of 16 is poo.
Yeah.
And we can then go back to the manufacturer of that panel
And say,
under warranty, this is underperforming, here's the figures, let's have it replaced.
absolutely right, because all the manufacturer will ask for you is to validate your claim.
Yeah.
Is to say, okay, well, show me which one's not working, which is only a fair request, because you know, if someone brings back a product to you and they say it's not working, you say, well, show me it's not working. So that's all they ask. The nice thing with this system, having it on your computer and having the evidence in front of you, that with today's technology you can very quickly email that screenshot across the world. So no matter where the manufacturer is, within minutes he can have your warranty claim and he can process your order for a replacement solar panel at no cost to you, because the system was purchased. The panels came with a 25-year warranty.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you want to use that warranty to make sure that your system is always working at optimum?
I would just like to add, these solar panels and the system were already on the property when we bought it. So we're actually doing a really cheap installation of an upgrade, because it's costing us about a third of the cost of an installation to upgrade it, and then the battery on top. So it's a no-brainer for us to do.
Yeah, obviously everyone's different, so you've got to weigh up the scales, and you do, and you ask yourself, how long am I going to live there? Do I want to invest in this property, or is it just a stepping stone on the way to the next one? If it's a stepping stone, then you might not want to do it. But if it's somewhere that you're going to love and cherish and build upon, and you want it to work for you, and you want to do the right thing for the eco community as well, then why wouldn't you want to actually make sure it's working at its best?
Yeah, and if you're investing for a long-term thing, like a 25-year return, a little bit more upfront soon dissipates over the 25 years.
Yeah, of course. I mean, my mother always used to say, you buy cheap, you buy twice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think she's absolutely right. You buy cheap, you do buy twice.
Yeah.
The nice thing is that with a robust manufacturer behind us, all the warranties are manufacturer based. So whatever happens in the future, and who knows what the future will hold, but whatever happens in the future, Dan and his family can take peace of mind knowing that they're well looked after and that their system will continue to run really well, whether we manage it or whether Dan manages it on his own or whether we assist him. Whatever the case, as we go forward, Dan's going to be well looked after, and that's the important thing here.
Well, thanks very much for your help, Mike, and all the amazing amount of information you've got up in your brain. That's been really helpful. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Bless you. Thank you.
Look forward to the install, which will be the next video.
Happy days.